Oh, hi everyone, I'm Stan from Eagle Vision. I'm here with Mike Scott. Mike, welcome. And we're talking about thought leadership. So in this episode, we want to talk about artificial intelligence and the use of tools like ChatGPT. So Mike, that thing came out in November. Since then, it's had massive influx of people just trying different things with it. What have you been able to, glean around the use of it?
I'm not an AI specialist, I'm not a ChatGPT specialist, but I've played around with it probably like most people and with quite deliberate intention. So what I understand, let me just start with this, is that ChatGPT is an AI, artificial intelligence, not an artificial general intelligence. And what I understand by the difference of those things is that ChatGPT does not create knowledge. It regenerates and regurgitates existing knowledge, where artificial general intelligence, as I understand it, would claim to actually create knowledge, okay? And that's important to understand, because what it's doing is, although it seems like it's creating knowledge and you say, how do I be a better this? It tells you what it's actually doing is pulling from a whole bunch of sources, right?
Yeah.
And I won't go down this pathway, but there's going to be a challenge later on, because this is actually plagiarism. It's pulling from existing stuff, okay, that exists. Now, there are lots of considerations with this, because what it means is it's not original thought. It's coming from something, which means there's going to be bias and it could be wrong. Okay. So with that said, when I started playing with ChatGPT, I would ask it questions like you do Google.
Yep.
How do I do this? Show me that. But then I started sort of thinking a bit more about it, and you can train these things, as you probably all know, and you see these prompts. So you go, instead of saying, tell me how to write a LinkedIn post, you might go, hey, you are a
such and such
founder of this kind of business and that kind of, now please give me 3 prompts with this kind of tone and for that kind of audience. And you might have a lot of luck, right? But really where I've actually found it to be most useful is not in generating my content, because what have I said? This is all about content.
Yeah.
And unless you're generating your content, it's probably going to be crap. If you can pay someone else to do it, it's probably not that good.
Yeah.
What I've started to use ChatGPT for is as a thinking partner.
Right.
So when you sit down on a Monday morning and you have a thing to do, so you want to talk about content, it's actually not how I've been using ChatGPT, but let's say content, and you hit a block. You go, oh, Jesus, this is my 2-hour window of the week to write my 10 posts. What the hell do I do? That's where it's awesome. So you can say, hey, generate 10 posts for me as a founder of a architectural business in Melbourne that has clients that are generally spending $1 million a year with me or more. Generate me 10 LinkedIn posts. It'll give you 10 LinkedIn posts. They probably won't be amazing, but it can unlock your thinking. And then you can go, oh, number 3, that's really interesting. Keep the conversation going with ChatGPT, or it's unlocked your thinking. So I've actually started to use ChatGPT not so much as a generation tool, but as a thinking partner.
Interesting.
Because I'm the expert, right? And I'm saying it in inverted commas, like not Mike, but I mean, you need to be the expert.
Exactly.
ChatGPT is not going to be the expert, right? If it was, you wouldn't be necessary and you should be very scared. Right? So use it as a thinking partner to unlock your blocks, to maybe refine some thinking. But my advice is don't copy and paste from ChatGPT. Take it as a source of inspiration or an unlock, and then make it your own. When artificial general intelligence comes in, well, I'm way more scared and we have bigger problems, because that's a whole nother story, but I'm not an AI expert at all. So summary of that is, I don't rely on it to generate anything. I use it a lot now as a thinking partner, generally to unlock me when I get stuck.
Right.
And I find that extremely useful.
Yeah, cool. Do you ask it for headlines or anything like that in there?
No, not really. Like so it learns as well, which is great. So as you go, you can then just reference like Mike, and then it'll know what Mike is, because you've told it what Mike is. So then you'll be like, as Mike, writing to an audience of this with a tone like that, please give me 10 options.
Okay, cool.
And it'll give you 10 options. And then you can go deeper, hey, like more about this one, but with that thing. And then what happens in my brain usually is I'm away and I'm gone.
Okay,
so
awesome.
I just keep coming back to this thing. It's this unlock, this unblock, because if you're listening to this and you're not a LinkedIn expert or a content generation expert, you probably have or are experiencing when you sit down and you go, okay, I'm going to generate some content.
What am I going to talk about?
What the hell do I write about? That's where it can be very useful.
Right.
But don't let it create your content for you, because it's not creating knowledge. It's regurgitating existing content. That's how I understand it anyway.
It could be penalized and all kinds of things.
Yeah, I think we're a while away from that, but it's the reason I said that was just like, it's not new. It's not novel in terms of what it's creating. It's very new.
And as a thought leader, you should be creating novel and brand new.
100%. If you're just repackaging what everyone else has said, that can be effective.
Sure.
I mean, I often speak about like nothing I ever say or do is original. I just copy from other people. The subtext is once you've done it and experienced it, it does become your own and original.
Exactly.
Right? So it's a tool.
Yep.
It's not a solution. Use it as a tool. Don't expect it to be a solution.
Great, perfect. So, and the last one was, how were you able to train it to think like Mike? Like, what did you actually...
You just tell it.
Put in there?
You just go, you are Mike,
Yep.
a founder of Eagle Vision,
Right.
which is a 3D rendering studio that
Yep.
services this size client in this geography,
Yep.
da-da-da. Next time it'll remember that.
Really?
And you can take it further, and you can take it further, and you can take it further.
Brilliant.
So I'm using it now for all sorts of stuff. We're talking about content generation today, but I'm writing a strategy, a business case for something at the moment.
Yep.
And I got stuck the other day. And I was like, what are the strategic opportunities here? I had like 7 and I got stuck. I was like, I can't think about this. So I fed it in. What are the strategic opportunities? Made me feel like an absolute idiot because my 7 had just spat out in 5 seconds, but it gave me 3 more. One of them was totally wrong.
Okay.
But 2 of them were really interesting. And I was like, I didn't think about that. Did I copy and paste them? No. But they unlocked the thinking for me to then refine them.
Right.
So 2 points there. 1, feed in what you're doing and ask it to give you an opinion to unlock your thinking. 2, it can be wrong. And this is a critical thing.
That's right.
It's not like perfect, right?
Yeah.
And there's narrative and there's bias and there's everything built into it because it's not new knowledge. It's taking knowledge and then regurgitating it.
And it's very, very dangerous to start
It's extremely dangerous. The bias, the racism, the sexism, the woke culture, all of these things are going to be woven in there, and that's what we've got to watch out for.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Look, that's all that we sort of wanted to cover on this episode around using some of these artificial intelligence tools. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Mike, for your time. See you again.